A good day. So let's proceed with our next topic, so which is polar coordinates and curves. So even though this is still a review of analytic geometry, so we're still going to be revisiting some prior topics. So particularly sa sa trigonometry. So since this topic will involve introducing you a new coordinate system. So ito nga, yung polar coordinate system. So which involves measuring angles. So expect ninyo later on we're going to recall some trigo identities as well as trigo functions. Okay, so if gusto nyo siyang i-revisit muna, so for you to fully understand this discussion, then reread niyo yung yung mga past PowerPoints natin. So for review of trigonometry. Okay? So first, let's have the introduction. So in the past lessons, we represented graphs of equations as collection of points. So having these coordinates, no, x and y. Okay, so we used before the rectangular coordinate system in the plane. So we're in when we say x and y. So those represent the directed distance from the coordinate axis to the point x and y. So for instance, meron tayong coordinate na x and y. So ito yung red point na yon or red dot. So yung x and y just signifies na yung location niya is x units away from the origin, so along the x-axis, and then y units above the origin, so along the y-axis. Okay, so parang x paces to the right, and then y paces upwards. No? So, ganun natin nilolocate yung mga points sa rectangular coordinate system or yung Cartesian plane. So, now we're going to introduce you another coordinate system for the plane. So, now it will be based on angles. So, we call this as the polar coordinate system. So, kung yung Cartesian plane, this is rectangular. So, si polar, si polar plane, so circular naman siya, no? Gaya na to. Okay, so to form the polar coordinate system in the plane, so we fix a point O, so called the pole or the origin. So meron din tayong origin dito, so known as the pole ngayon. And then we draw a ray, which is a half line starting at the origin, so called as the polar axis. So yung ray na yon is this one, no? So pag sinabi nating ray, it is an extendable line. Okay? So meaning itong ray na to can be extended further, no? Furthermore. Or pwede nating lakihan yung yung size niya. Okay? So the innermost circle, as you can see here, so meron tayong innermost circle. So that contains all points a distance of 1 unit away from the pole and is represented by the equation r is equal to 1. So for instance, itong circle na to, so meron siyang, or any point along this circle, so for instance, meron tayong mga points dito along this first innermost circle. So lahat ng mga points na yan have a distance of 1 unit away from the origin or away from the pole. So as you can see dito sa natin, sa graph natin, yung innermost circle, so meron siyang label na 1. So represented by 1 unit away from the origin. And then R2 naman, so syempre lalaki na siya. So meaning a distance of 2 units away from the pole or the origin. So any point na nandito sa circle na to, so they are always 2 units away from the origin. And so on and so forth. So take note na hindi naman siya laging 1 unit, no? So itong mga circles na to. So what I'm saying is yung mga circles na to, we can scale it up or down, no? So pwede nating ibahin yung values niyan, lakihan yung values or liitan yung values. So what if you're dealing with large numbers? So let's say yung yung distance mo maabot na sa let's say 50, ganun. So if R is 50, so syempre hindi ka naman nagagawa ng 50 na circles para lang mag-graph siya. Okay? So to make it more convenient, so ang gawin natin, we can scale up yung mga values ng every circle dito. So for instance, palitan natin siya ng 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, and 60. Okay? So therefore, if you have a radius of 50, so it is somewhere along this circle, no? Yung 50 na radius. Okay? So again, you can scale it up or down. Pero the most important thing is, once you have changed one of the values ng isa dito, the others must also follow proportionally. Okay? So for instance, times 10 mo lahat, or nag-times 10 ka dito sa isang value ng circle, so the rest dapat magta-times 10 din sila. Okay? Or times 5, or times 4, or times 3. Pwede rin, scale down mo siya such as 0.5, ganun, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and so on. So again, you have to be consistent and also proportional when you resize or when you change the value of each circles dito sa graph natin. So next naman, we have line segments emanating from the pole. No? So emanating from the pole, we have line segments. So those correspond to fixed angles. Okay? So for instance, itong line segment na to corresponds to an angle of 15 degrees. So take note, before ano natin, no, yung polar axis na to is where we start actually our measurement. Okay? So from the origin nga, you create a half line, and then dun yung start ng measurements natin. So as you can see here at the polar axis, the measure of the angle is 0. Okay? So yung angle na yan just signifies the direction, or yung angle just signifies the direction of the point na away from the, or with respect to the polar axis. So for instance, ito nga, no, yung 15 degrees dito. So that means any point na nandito sa line segment na to, so let's say this point, will always be, or will always have a direction of 15 degrees away from the polar axis. So 15 degrees, 15 degrees lagi yung angle dyan. So yung point dito naman, so 15 degrees din yung angle dyan. Okay? So take note, if we're going to have a coordinate, or if we're going to have an angle that is positive, so recall na pag positive angles, we measure it always counterclockwise na pag positive angle. And then since our polar axis is where we start our measurement, so dito tayo magsa-start ng measurement nga. Or dito natin isa-start i-measure counterclockwise yung positive angle. And then if we encounter a negative angle, then we measure it clockwise naman from the polar axis. So parang same lang din naman siya, no, dun sa pag-measure natin ng angle before. Okay? So for instance, if you have a polar angle of 165, so yun yung measurement niya coming from the polar axis and then counterclockwise towards the angle of 165 degrees. So take note again, the line segments are fixed angles. Okay, so meaning you cannot scale it up or down. No? So hindi natin siya pwedeng i-times 10 lahat. Okay? So magiging mali yun. So fixed angles lang tayo dito. So fixed na siyang 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. So hindi na nagbabago dapat yung values niya. So ang pwede lang magbago is yung mga size ng circles natin. So each point P will be assigned by an ordered pair ngayon. So having R and theta, no? So we call this now as polar coordinates, yung R and theta. So R is directed distance from the origin towards the point. So for instance, meron tayong point dito. So yung R na yon signifies yung straight line distance between the origin towards that point. Okay? And then yung theta naman, that is the polar angle. So counterclockwise from the polar axis towards the line segment connecting the origin and the point. So, yun yung angle niya. So again, r is the straight line distance from the point to the origin. And then theta is the angle, no, from the measured counterclockwise from the polar axis towards the line connecting the origin and your specified point. So if negative yung angle, then it will not be counterclockwise measurement. So clockwise yung measurement natin. So here, meron tayong steps on how to plot a point r and theta. So let's say nagkaroon tayo ng definite value for r and definite value for theta. So paano natin siya pa-plot? So ito yung steps. So but then pakita ko na lang sa inyo yung actual na example dito. So for instance, we have a point having this polar coordinate 2 and 60 degrees. So also yung theta natin or yung polar angle natin, it can also be in radian value or in radian measure. Okay? So pero majority ng mga examples natin dito will be degree measure. Okay? So for instance, meron tayong ganitong coordinate sa polar coordinate system natin, 2 and 60 degrees. So that lies 2 units from the origin on the terminal side of the angle 60 degrees. So ang first na gagawin mo is to measure muna yung 60 degrees. Okay? So since our angle here is positive, so coming from the polar axis dito, so you measure counterclockwise papunta sa 60 degrees. Okay? So counterclockwise and then measure 60 degrees. So makita natin meron na tayong guide dito kung saan natin malolocate yung 60 degrees. So meron na tayong line segment that corresponds to 60 degrees. Okay? So therefore, our coordinate will lie along this line. Now, yung 60 degrees na yan. Okay? So now, next naman is basahin na natin yung first part dito, which is yung r equals 2. Okay? So now, each of the circle, pwede mong i-assign ng value yan. So let's say the first circle is corresponding to 1, and then the second circle corresponds to a radius value of 2. So ngayon, you're going to intersect the second circle and this line segment. So yung intersection ng circle na to and the line segment is this point, no? Dito siya magmi-meet. Okay? So dito magmi-meet yung circle and the line segment for 60 degrees. So therefore, this is the location ng point natin, no? 2 and 60. Now let's say we have a coordinate of -2 and 60 degrees. So dito, yung r natin naging negative value siya. Okay? So take note, wala pa tayo sa negative na angle. No? So, ang first na nangyari, or yung makita natin dito first, is negative radius. So what if ganito yung na-encounter natin, no? Negative radius or negative r value. So pag negative yung r value natin, so that means when we plot it, no? So kung kanina, mineasure natin yung 60, no? So mineasure natin yung 60 papunta sa value na 60 dito sa ano natin, sa guide natin. Okay? Ngayon, if you have a negative r value, so yung measure mo siya ngayon, pointing away from 60. So hindi na siya papunta dito. Okay? Papunta siya dapat dito sa opposite way natin. Okay? So opposite way. Pero dapat still, ano pa rin siya, no? Collinear pa rin or magka-same line pa rin siya as with the 60-degree measure dito. So kasi positive 60 pa rin naman yung angle natin. So yung -2 should be away from 60 degrees dito. So somewhere along this line segment, dapat siya. So ito negative R yan. So yung line segment dito sa kabila, these are positive R segments. So parang sa ano lang yan, di ba? Sa X and Y axis lang yan. So pag left, mga negative X yan. And then pag sa right ng origin, those are positive X. So parang dito, if you're going to imagine, X and Y axis, na-rotate lang siya. So anything to the left is negative, anything to the right is positive. So now, yung negative 2, so intersection niya, or this line segment, should intersect the second circle. So around here, no? Ito yung second circle, di ba? So intersection point, ito yun. So this is negative 2 and 60. So again, if you have a negative radius, so from the origin, pointing away from 60 dito. So pointing away, nandito yung arrow, no? So palayo siya sa 60 from the origin. If positive angle from the origin, palapit ka dapat sa 60. Now let's have another coordinate, so which has a negative angle ngayon. Okay? So kung negative angle, again, we measure it clockwise from the polar axis. So this is the polar axis. We measure 30 degrees clockwise, no? So if each slice dito, 30 siya, according to this guide, no? 30 kasi yan. So meaning, bababa ako ng isang slice na 30. Ito, 30. So therefore, yung line segment na i-consider natin is this one. Is pointing towards 330. And then, since our radius or our R is 3, so intersect natin itong line segment na to on the third circle. So first circle, second circle, and then third circle. So this is the location of 3 and negative 30. Now, if we have another coordinate here, which is 3 and 330, so again, measure tayo no, ng 330 clockwise no, from the polar axis. So 330, so hanggang dito siya. No, kasi ito yung 330. So ito yung line segment na yon. And then since positive 330 siya, so pointing towards 330 degrees dito sa guide. And then, measure ka ng 3 circles. So as you can see, it coincided with yung point natin kanina, which is letter Q. So therefore, Q and R are basically the same points, no? Having the same location. So kumbaga yung coordinates na to, it shares the same coordinates as this one, even though looking at it, different sila, no? Pero sa graph, parehas na parehas lang yung location nila. So if you can recall, no, sa circle, 'di ba, ang isang ikot ng circle is 360 degrees. So for instance, andito ka sa point na to, pag umikot ka ng 360 degrees on either direction, whether it be clockwise or counterclockwise. So pare ito clockwise, no? So pag umikot ka ng 360, babalik ka sa same point mo, no? Pero umikot ka ng 360. So the same goes if umikot ka clockwise, no? Ng 360 degrees, so babalik at babalik ka pa rin sa original position mo. So which is yun yung nangyari basically dito, no? So let's say nag-start tayo sa 3 and negative 30. Ngayon, umikot ka ng 360 degrees. So umikot ka ng 360 degrees, or if nag-add tayo ng 360 degrees, so meaning umikot tayo ng counterclockwise. So pag umikot tayo ng 360 degrees, so babalik tayo sa same point natin. Pero umikot ka ng 360 degrees. So meaning, yung -30 mo, nag-add ka ng 360 degrees kasi umikot ka. So the result here is a 330-degree angle. So which is yung nangyari dito sa letter R, no? So kumbaga, yung 330 degrees na angle niya is basically parang siya -30, pero inikutan mo lang siya ng 360 degrees. So same ano lang sila, no? Same direction lang sila. And then nagkataon, same radius. So therefore, exactly having the same position. Okay? And also kahit gaano pa siya ikutin or ilang beses ka pang umikot ng 360 degrees, which is stated here, na? So babalik at babalik ka sa original position mo. So kahit umikot ka pa ng another 360, so babalik ka rin sa same position. So that means each point has infinitely many representations in polar coordinates. So for instance, you have this point 2 and 60, gaya ng kanina. It has the same point as 2 and 420. So kumari, umikot ka ng 360, so nagdagdag ka ng 360, so naging 420 na yung angle mo. Also, 2 and -300. So what if umikot ka on the opposite direction? So pag umikot ka on the opposite direction, so -360 naman yon. So 60 minus 360, -300. So meron din, if ninegate mo yung angle, ay yung ano mo, yung radius mo, nag-2 ka. So the equivalent angle there would be 240. Okay? So kasi dito, if, or paano siya naging 240, di ba dito sa past example, so kuwari, ni-negative mo yung angle mo, 2 and 60. So parang umikot ka ng 180 degrees. Okay? Nung ninegate mo yung angle. Or sorry, yung ano, yung radius mo, yung R mo. So pag ni-negative mo yung R mo, so nag ano ka no, nag-ikot ka ng 180 basically. So you turn the opposite direction. So ngayon para makabalik ka sa original angle mo, so kailangan mo umikot ulit ng 180. Okay? So kaya nakita nyo dito, if -2 siya dito, sa example natin, -2 siya, so the angle is 240. No? So meaning from 60, umikot siya ng 180 para bumalik siya sa original position niya after you have negated the angle. So pwedeng umikot ng 180, so plus 180, or pwedeng umikot on the opposite direction, -180. So kaya meron din tayong -120 dito. So 60 minus 180 is -120. So we also have the relationship between rectangular and polar coordinates. So meaning pwede nating i-relate no, yung rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates. And thus we can also convert no, a rectangular coordinate into a polar coordinate. So to establish the relationship, so let the polar axis coincide with the positive x-axis and the pole with the origin. So kumbaga ang sinasabi lang dito, what if sa polar coordinate system, maglagay din tayo ng x and y axis. So naglagay ka ng x and y axis. And then nag-specify ka ng certain point. Okay? So sa certain point na yon, si letter P, sabihin natin, so meron siyang coordinate na x and y. So meaning, x paces to the left, ay to the right, and then y paces upwards dito. No? So kung umusog siya ng x to the right, so meron siyang distance na x dito from the origin. And then, since nasa taas siya ng ano, ng x-axis, so meron din siyang y distance, no? Away from the origin. So which is ito yun, no? X and y. Now, in terms of polar coordinates, di ba, sabi natin, when we measure a point in the polar coordinate system, so from the origin or from the pole, straight line distance towards the point dito. So yun yung R natin. So makita natin yung R dito. And then meron din siyang corresponding angle from the polar axis. To. So now, x and y in rectangular form. In polar form, it has a coordinate of r and theta. So therefore, we can establish relationship, no? So if you can see here sa point na to, so based on the distances sa x and y, as well as yung r, makabuo tayo ng right triangle. And using Pythagorean theorem, so r is the hypotenuse, no? And then x and y are the legs of the right triangle. So we can form that r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. So dito meron tayong polar value and then naka-relate siya sa rectangular value. So meaning if may x and y coordinate daw ako, makukuha ko yung r niya, no? Which is a polar value. So moreover, we can also create more relationships, no? So in this case, relationships to angles naman. So using the trigo functions. No? So say you want to search for the angle or to find the angle corresponding to these x and y coordinates. So pwede natin gumamit or pwede tayong gumamit ng trigo function such as tangent. So tangent that is opposite over adjacent. So with this theta, so ang opposite side niya is y. Tapos yung r hypotenuse nga siya. So therefore yung x dito is adjacent. So y over x, no, over o over a, or opposite over adjacent. And then cosine and then sine. So adjacent over hypotenuse dito and then opposite over hypotenuse dito. So hypotenuse is r, no? So even though our r is negative, so sabi dito, we can still show the same relationships. So kahit na negative man yung ano natin, yung r natin, same pa rin yung relationships for trigo functions. So ganun na rin for the Pythagorean theorem kanina. So mapa-negative man yung angle ay yung r mo, same pa din yung way of solving or way of relating rectangular and polar coordinates. So now if a point has rectangular coordinates x and y, and then polar coordinates r and theta, then we can relate them as follows. So for instance, you want to convert from polar to rectangular, so we can use these two relationships. Okay? So x equal to r cos theta and then y is equal to r sin theta. So nakuha lang naman tong dalawang to dito on the previous slide. So kinross multiply lang yung r dito. So para makuha mo yung x and then yung y. Next naman is yung rectangular to polar naman. So ito galing lang sa Pythagorean theorem to. So the hypotenuse of this triangle is r. And then for the angle naman, so kinuha lang yung inverse tangent, no, ng y over x. So you can use naman other ways to solve for theta. Pwede naman yung arc cos, no? So arc cos of x over r. Pwede rin naman yun. You will also get the same angle. So as long as may value ka na ng r. Ito kasi very direct na to kasi ang given lang sa'yo is x and y. Okay? So ito lang yun. Y over x. So let's try these examples, no? For number 1, so let's convert the polar coordinates 5 and 180 degrees. So as well as this coordinate 3 and negative pi over 3, two rectangular coordinates. So meron tayong values dito or meron tayong answers dito. So again, rectangular or polar to rectangular. So we're going to use x is equal to r cos theta. And then y, we will use r sine of theta. Now, let's have the first coordinate dito, no? So, yung 5 na to, ito yung r, and then yung 180, ito yung theta. So, simply substitute lang natin siya sa r and theta dito. So, to get the value for x and y. So, for the first example, so 5 cosine of 180 degrees, and then the other would be 5 sine of 180 degrees. And then, you use the calculator, no? So, make sure na naka-degree mode ka, no? So, kasi nag-i-input tayo ng degree values. So, 5 cosine of 180. So, the corresponding x value is -5. So, now the corresponding y value, so palitan lang natin to ng sign, is 0. So, yun yung coordinate natin, no? -5 and 0. So, which is reflected here na. Next naman is 3, that is r. And then theta mo is -pi/3. So, now we're in radian values dito, no? Sa angle natin. Okay? So, if degree mode tayo sa calculator, we have to convert this from degrees to, or from radians to degrees. Okay, so take note, our conversion is for every pi rad or every pi radian, we have 180 degrees. So yung -pi/3 na to, this is a radian value. So convert natin siya. So you want to cancel radian, so dapat radian sa baba, and then degrees sa taas. Okay, and then we use the conversion, no? Pi rad, and then 180 degrees. So the resulting angle would be -60 yan yung degrees natin. So -60 siya nun. So yun yung i-input natin, no? So 3, that is r, and then cosine of -60. Sa y naman, 3 and then sine of -60. Then you compute the corresponding x and y values. So 3 cosine of -60, that is 3/2. And then sa y naman, that is -3 square root of 3/2. So ito na yung coordinates natin, no? 3/2 and -3/3/2. -3 square root of 3/2. So yan. So if naka-radian mode ka, pwede naman. So therefore, ano na ngayon, no? -pi/3 dapat yung ilalagay mo if you're in radian mode. So palitan natin siya, gawin natin siyang radian mode dito. So naka-R na yung calcu. So dapat pi/3 na yung nakalitaw dito. So as you can see, same value, no? Sa 3 sine -pi/3. So -3 square root of 3/2. And then if cosine, so yun, 3/2. So it depends on your preference kung consistent kang degree mode or consistent kang radian mode, or if you're flexible, uh, you can change anytime, no, between degree mode and radian mode. So anything okay lang naman yon. So that is for converting from polar to rectangular. So now for number 2 dito, we're going to convert from rectangular to polar. Okay? So to convert from rectangular to polar, so gagawin natin is r is equal to square root of x squared plus y squared. So as well as theta is equal to arctan of y/x. So let's use the first point dito. So ito yung x, ito yung y, no? So r would be So x squared, no? So that is quantity negative 1 squared plus positive 1 squared. So negative 1 squared, 1 lang naman yon. Tapos positive 1 squared, 1 lang yon. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So square root of 2 yung r natin. And then for theta naman, that is arctan of positive 1 over negative 1. So when I evaluated this one, no, yung tan or yung arctan 1 over negative 1, so nagsagot is ganito, no, negative 1/4 pi. So kasi naka-radian mode ka. So pag radian mode, nag-arctan ka, nag-arc cos ka, or nag-arc sine ka, ang magiging result will be in radian. Okay? So if gusto mo degrees yung value, so dapat naka-degree mode ka. So calculating this again will give you the degree value, so negative 45. So ito na yung ano natin, no, polar coordinate natin. So square root of 2 and negative 45. So reflected siya dito. So next naman is 1 and square root of 3. So ito yung x natin, 1, and then yung y natin is square root of 3. So r is equal to x squared plus y squared. So yung x natin is positive 1 na siya. And then yung y natin is square root of 3. So square root of 3, and then close parenthesis, and then squared. So 1 squared, that is 1. Square root of 3 squared, makacancel lang yung square root. So 3 lang siya. So 1 plus 3. So 1 plus 3 is, ano na, 4, no? Sa loob ng square root. So therefore, r is equal to 2. And then dito naman, yung y natin is square root of 3, and then positive 1 sa baba. Na dito, ikakalculate natin to. So answer is positive 60. So yung coordinates natin, no, 2 and positive 60. So we have equation conversions as well, no? So you can convert between a rectangular equation into its corresponding polar equation. So ito kasi equation conversion, no? So ito kasi may definite values tayo. Yung kanina, itong mga coordinates. So definite values kasi to. So what if equation yung given sa'yo and you're going to convert from rectangular to polar and vice versa? So you can use still the same relationships. Okay? Pero since equation sila, so wala kang isa-substitute na values, no? You're basically just substituting the entire expression to the equation na gusto mong i-convert. So anyway, we're not going to have, or we're not going to expound on this one. So purely ano lang muna tayo, graphing lang muna tayo. So as well as evaluating coordinates. So here, let's proceed with the graphing of polar equations. So the graph of the polar equation will give you the polar curve. So mag-curve sketching tayo niyan dito, no? We're going to approach curve sketching. So let's say given tayo ng polar equation, which is r is equal to 16 cosine of 3 theta. Okay? So we're going to be plotting ngayon the polar coordinates. Okay? For you to be able to sketch the curve, kailangan mo ng mga coordinates. So dito, we will use multiples of 15 degrees. So in the interval from 0 to 360 degrees. So ito yung corresponding table niya, no? Table of values. Okay? So pinlat natin siya from 0 to 360 by multiples of 15. So nag increase tayo ng 15. So pwede mong bago-baguhin yung values dito. So pwede kang mag-multiples of 10 or multiples of 5. So ikaw bahala. So the lesser the increment, so the more accurate yung ano mo, yung resulting graph mo. Okay? So, syempre, you're not going to use a multiple of 60. So, medyo ano yun, malabo yun. No? Or hindi mo alam yung magiging overall direction ng graph mo if ini-increase mo yung increment mo. Okay? So, 15 is a good measure dito in this case. So, ang gagawin natin, so for every theta na nakaplot dito sa atin, hanapin natin yung corresponding R value. So, paano natin makukuha yung corresponding R value? So, ano lang, no? You're just going to substitute the theta value sa equation na binigay sa'yo. Okay? So, for instance dito, so kumari, paano nakuha yung 16 na value for R? So, just input 16 cosine of 3 times 0. So, kasi 0 yung theta dito sa first row natin. So, 16 yung value niya. So, lalagay mo dito 16. Now, if nag-increase ka na sa 15, so, pral mo lang ng 15 to. So, answer will be 8 square root of 2. So, in decimal, 11.314 approximately. So, maganda if naka-decimal siya kasi if naka-square root siya, hindi mo naman alam kung paano siya i-plot no, sa graph natin. Mahirap kasi i-plot to. So, use the decimal value to be more definite. And then, next naman, jump ka sa 30. So, 0 na yung value niya. And then, 45. So, negative 8 square root of 2, which is negative 11.314. And then, 60. So, negative 16 siya. And then, you repeat the process over and over again. So, until ma-reach mo yung 360. Now, some of you may think na baka medyo, ano to, medyo boring nga siya, no? Kasi marami yung values. So, if your calculator has a function of, creating a table for you, so pwede din, no? So, para mas mabilis tayo. So, kada dito yung calculator na to, meron siyang table, no, function. So, I'll go to mode, tapos table dito, 7. And then it will ask you to type the equation na binigay sa'yo. So, kuwari, 16 cosine of 3 theta. So, I will type here 16 cosine of 3 times x dito, no, sa calculator na to. Kasi f of x siya. So, dapat yung variable mo is x. Ilalagay dito. Now, we press enter. Next, may g of x dito, pero you don't need a second function. Isang function lang binigay sa atin. So, skip mo lang siya. And then, you type the starting value and the ending value. So, starting value is 0, ending value is 360. So, start is 0, end is 360. And then yung step, yun yung multiples mo, no? Or yung increments mo. So, which is 15 dito. No, nung in-input ko yung settings na yun, so sabi niya insufficient memory. So, it cannot handle this much data. Okay, so may limitation yung calcu. So, therefore, balik tayo. And then, i-change lang natin yung start and end. So, let's say from 0, para ma-handle niya, let's say hanggang 180 muna tayo. Step is 15. So, ngayon lumitaw yung values. So, 16, 11.3. Yan. So, hanggang 180. So, then fill up mo lang yung table nun, no? Kopyahin mo na lang yung mga values dito. Hanggang 180. And then, balik ka lang ulit, no? Dito sa function mo. Ngayon, ibahin mo na yung interval mo. So, tapos ka na sa 0 to 180. So, next naman, 195 hanggang 360 naman ngayon. So, start natin is 195. Ending is 360. Increment is still 15. So, ito na yon 195 hanggang 360. Bibigyan na niya sa'yo. So, fill up nyo lang yan ito, yung values dito. And then, tapos ka na, no? Pwede ka na mag-graph. So, let's plot it from 0 to 180 muna. Okay? So, dito, niresize ko yung table ko by multiples of 4. No? So, para ma-accommodate natin yung value na 16. Okay? So, first, nung 0 yung theta ko, yung r ko is 16. So, 0 theta, dito yon within this line. And then, plot mo yung 16. So, 16 is the fourth circle. So, somewhere around here. So, yun yung first point natin. Second point, 15. That is 11.314. So, around this line segment, going towards 15, so mag-measure ako ng 11.314. So, wala namang 11.314 dito sa mga, sa mga values ng circle. So, i-estimate ko saan banda yung 11.314. I know it will be between 8 and 12 dito. But then the value of 11.314 is closer to 12 than it is to 8, no? So, didikit ko siya banda sa 12, hindi sa 8. So, somewhere around here, no, yung 11.314. Dito yung value na yan. Next naman, let's proceed to 30. So, the value of R is 0. Pag 0 na yung R mo, automatic na sa pole lang yon, no? So, hindi mo na kailangan i-measure yung 30. So, as long as 0 na yung R, automatic sa pole lagi yon. So, pwede mo na i-connect to if you want. If na-excite ka. So, pwede mo nang i-connect to. So, pag ganun. Okay? So, since polar curves tayo, so curve yung nila, no? Curve dapat yung drawing niya. So, hindi mo siya i-connect using straight lines. Okay? So, hindi siya straight line curving. So, curve mo talaga siya gagawin. Or i-connect. So, next 45 naman. So, the value is negative 11.314. So, instead na nandito siya, no? Since negative yung R mo, it should be on the opposite direction of 45. So, nandito dapat yung plot natin. So, and then measure ka ng 11.314. So, yung first circle, that is 4. Second circle, 8. Third circle is 12. So, since 11.314 lang tayo, so, nandito lang siya banda. So, before yung third circle. Yan. And then, 60, that is negative 16. So, 60 ito dapat, no? Kaso, negative 16 yung value. So, opposite direction sa 60. So, dito siya nun. And then 16 is the fourth circle. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So exactly at this point. So pwede mo na nga i-plot yan, no? So dito. Pwede mo nang i-connect yung curves natin. So the way we connect curves or we connect the points is by order dito, no? So by order natin siyang i-connect. So next, 75. So the value is negative, no? Negative 11. So nandito siya dapat niyan, dito. And then 11.314, so between 8 and 12. And then closer to 12 than 8. So dito siya niyan. Yan. O-connect mo pag ganyan. Next 90, 0 siya ulit. So nag-overlap siya dito, no? Nag-overlap siya dun sa kaninang 0. So i-connect natin siya back to 0 niyan. And then next 105, so the answer is positive 11. So 105 and then 11, so 4, 8, 12, and then somewhere here. Yan. So connect mo siya dito niyan. Next 120, so that is 16. So fourth circle. So dito nun. Ay, tama ba to? Mali. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So hanggang dito lang pala. Yan. Fourth circle. Yan. And then 135. So 11. So 4, 8, 12. So nandito siya niyan. And then 150, 0 ulit. So babalik ka dito sa 0. And then 165. So negative 11. So ting 165, pero negative siya. So, dito siya banda. And then measure ka ng negative 11. So, 4, 8, 12, tapos 11, nandito siya. Ito siya nun. And then, sa 180, negative 16. So, 180 siya dapat dito. Kaso, since negative 16, so baliktad dito siya niyan. So, measure ka ng 16. So, which is ito yun, no? Overlapping this point. So, connect mo siya, babalik ka. So, ito yung mga points, no? Ngayon, if you're going to plot the next points, no, from 195 to 360. So, for instance, si 195, no? 11.314 negative. So, dapat nandito siya, no? Dapat nandito siya, pero since negative, dito dapat siya. And then, it is 11.314, so somewhere around here. So, as you can see, nung pinlat ko tong point na to, nag-overlap ka dun sa first point na ginawa mo kanina. And then, mag-overlap ulit yan, no? So, meaning, if you trace from 195 up to 360, you're basically drawing the graph twice. Okay? So the graph is traced out twice. So if mukha na siyang buo sa 180 pa lang, then pwede ka na mag-stop. No? Kasi as you can see, nung 180, tumigil tayo. Parang buo na yung graph eh. Okay? So since buo na siya, pwede mo na siyang i-connect. No? So again, take note of the connection. No? So again, paano siya, no? Following the order. Kung paano mo siya pinlat yung mga points. Okay? Yan. So, 16 cosine 3 theta. So, lagyan mo siya ng label just to indicate yung equation niya. So, the rows is very apparent in the graph. So, because the loops so that are formed represent or resemble petals. So, para siyang petals ng isang flower. So, we also have other types or other types of polar curves. Okay, so yung example natin kanina, that is an example of a rose curve with an odd number of petals. Okay? So now yung bawat ano dito, type of curve, they have their own unique equations. So as long as may ganyan silang equation of that form, so automatic ganyan na yung graph nila. So let's identify the curve for the following polar equations. Okay? So for instance, we have this r, which is 2 times 1 plus cosine of theta. If you can observe sa lahat ng mga equations dito, so wala tayong form na something times something sa loob. So wala ka makikita. Okay? So what we're going to do is to distribute na yung value of 2. So r is equal to 2 plus 2 cosine of theta. So afterwards, hanap ka ng kamukha nito sa mga forms na available dito. So nakita ko something plus something cosine theta. Meron ako nakikita dito, no? Na something, letter A, plus or minus something cosine of theta. So possible to. Dito rin, something plus something cosine theta. So possible. Something plus something cosine of theta, possible. So it's either one of the three. So cardioid or one loop limason or inner loop limason. So now, paano malalaman alin sa tatlo? So meron tayong conditions dito sa baba. Okay, so we have the following conditions for letter A and letter B. So first, dito sa given natin, let's identify what is letter A and what is letter B based on the form. So yung something na A dito, parang siya yung 2. So that is A. And then yung letter B, siya yung nakamultiply sa cosine of theta. So yung nakamultiply sa cosine of theta sa atin is 2. So that is letter B. Now let's observe the conditions dito. So sabi dito, A and B must be positive, no? So meaning greater than 0. So pasok naman siya, no? Positive 2 yung value natin. So the next condition is dapat, for it to be a cardioid, when we divide A and B, the answer should be equal to 1. So let's try it here, no? Divide daw natin yung A and B, and dapat 1 daw yung value. So yung A natin, that is 2. Yung B natin, that is 2. So 2 over 2 is equal to 1. Tama siya. Okay? So meaning it meets this condition. So since na-meet niya yung condition dito for the cardioid, then this is an, this will have a polar curve that is a cardioid. Cardioid siya. Now, bakit hindi siya limason? Bakit hindi siya inner loop or one loop? So, tingnan natin yung conditions dito. So, for the one loop limason, so dapat daw pag dinivide ko yung A and B, the value is between 1 and 2 dapat. So, for instance, 1.3, 1.4, 1.8. So, para maging one loop limason daw siya. Next naman dito sa inner loop limason, dapat daw yung A, smaller value siya sa B. Eh, yung A and B naman natin, equal sila ng value. So, hindi siya pasok dito. Tapos, nung dinivide natin yung A and B, di naman between 1 and 2 yung sagot. Okay? So, take note, less than lang yung mga to. Hindi siya less than or equal to. Okay? So, cardioid yung first, example dito. Next naman is 7 sine of 5 theta. So, hanap tayo ng kamukha niyan, no? Ng 7, 5 theta. 7 sine of 5 theta. So, dito sa first row na to, yung mga theta nila, walang nakat-multiply sa kanila. So, purely theta lang sila. Okay? So, meaning wala siya sa mga to. Sa apat na to. Next, going downwards dito. So, si lemniscate. So, si lemniscate, ano yan, no? Mukha siyang symbol of infinity. So, yung symbol of infinity, tawag sa kanya lemniscate. So, or para siyang rose curve, pero dalawa lang yung petal niya. Okay? So, si lemniscate, ang condition niya dapat, yung nakamultiply sa theta is 2. No? Or 2 theta dapat siya. So, hindi naman tayo 2 theta dito. So, it is not a lemniscate. Next, rose curve and even. So, makita nyo, we have something multiplied by sine of n theta. So, yung n can be any value dito sa case na to. Pero dapat dito sa type of curve na to, dapat even value yung letter n. So, yung nakamultiply daw dapat sa theta is even value. So, di naman even to, no? Odd number to. So, hindi siya pasok dito sa even. So, pasok siya niyan dito sa odd. So, same form, pero odd number of n. So, therefore, this is a rose curve. So, odd number of petals. So, si Archimedes spiral dito, so strictly ano lang yan, no? R is equal to theta lang yan. Okay? So, equal daw yung value ng R mo tsaka ng theta. So, kung 60 yung theta mo, 60 degrees, so dapat 60 din yung ano mo, yung R mo. Or sorry, kasi dapat pala radian to, no? So, kuwari, if pi over 2 yung theta mo, so dapat yung radius mo, R over 2 din. So, pag pinlat mo yon ganyan yung itsura, Archimedes spiral. So anyway, di naman na natin to gagawin, no? Yung Archimedes spiral. So more on dito kasi tayo. Ito kasi yung mga gagamitin for calculus, no? So calculus 2 kasi ito mostly. So next is square root of 6 cosine of 2 theta. So out of all of the equations listed dito, wala namang may square root. Okay? So tatanggalin natin yung square root by squaring the equation both sides. So this will become r squared is equal to square root of 6 cosine, i-squared na pala natin siya. So r squared is equal to 6 cosine of 2 theta. So nakita ko may 2 theta ako dito. So of course, dito na yon, no, sa lemniscate. And also you have to verify as well na dapat r squared siya. Okay? Kasi if hindi siya r squared, possibly dito siya niyan, no, sa Rose curve. Kasi even number din naman yung n. So possibly if walang r squared, so baka two petals lang siya pero hindi siya horizontally placed gaya nito. So ito kasi horizontal yung orientation niya. So hindi siya hindi siya pa ganon. So since r squared naman siya, so let me skate na to. So r squared na tapos 2 theta pa yung nakapasok sa cosine. So lastly, 1 plus 4 sine of theta. So kahawig niya tong nauna. So something plus something and then sine of theta. So again, within these three conditions or these three curves. Okay? So ngayon yung A natin is 1, B natin is 4. So divide natin sila, no? Or anyway, compare na lang natin yung A and B. So of course, A over B, if i-divide ko yung 1 sa 4, so hindi naman yan equal to 1. And then yung 1 over 4 na yan is 0.25, di ba? So hindi rin siya pasok dito kasi between 1 and 2 lang dito. So dito sa third one, so dapat yung A daw less than B. So is A less than B? So tama naman, no? Kasi yung 1 is less than 4. Okay? So automatic this is an inner loop Limason. So inner loop Limason siya. So those are the graphs, no, ng ano natin. Corresponding graphs for the equations. Na meron tayong mga special naman, no, special polar curves. So gaya nito, yung naka-multiply sa theta is a fractional value, 5 over 4. So pag ganito, medyo hindi definite yung kung ilang number of petals siya. And then as you can see, mga petals niya dito, nag-overlap sila. No? Dumidikit sila sa isa't isa. Okay? So anyway, we're not going to be graphing these equations kasi maano siya, no? Matrabaho to, sobra na siyang matrabaho. Okay? And then if you have an irrational number multiplied to theta, kunwari pi, so makikreate mo yung ganitong tsura. So masyado nang marami yung petals niya, no? So medyo complicated na yung mga to. So computerized na lang dapat yung graphs niya. So next part is we'll have the test of symmetry. Okay? So hindi man natin to ginawa sa mga lessons natin before, no, yung mga symmetry for rectangular equations. Pero at some point sa high school, ginawa natin to, no? So yung symmetry. So when studying symmetry, functions in the rectangular form y is equal to f of x. So we talk about symmetry with respect to the y-axis and symmetry with respect to the origin. So by determining which types of symmetry a graph exhibits, so we can learn more about the shape and the appearance of the graph. So for instance, if given tayo ng certain equations such as yung parabola na y is equal to x squared. So kunwari, we're going to plot y is equal to x squared. Ano naman natin na yung parabola, U-shaped siya. And then alam natin, since U-shaped siya, if hahatiin natin siya sa vertical axis, magkamukha yung left side tsaka yung right side ng curve mo. Okay? So para mas easy mo siyang i-graph yung parabola na to, so ang gagawin na lang natin is to plot lang yung right side. Tapos para i-draw natin yung left side, kokopyahin lang natin yung pagkaka-curve nito dito. Kokopyahin na lang natin yung curve sa left side. So instead of plotting pa individually yung points sa left side. So ang gawin na lang is plot na lang natin yung mga points sa right side. Pag nabuo na natin yung shape, gayahin na lang natin siya sa left side. Kasi mayroon siyang symmetry. So, ganun din for a polar curve, no? So, gawin na lang natin is to plot only certain parts of the graph. Tapos, if we know that it is symmetrical about some axis, so kokopyahin lang natin yung curve niya sa kabilang sides. So, we have this first test of symmetry. So, the curve is symmetric about the polar axis. Okay, so since polar axis, yun yung horizontal line sa ano natin, sa graph natin. So meaning, yung graph, pag symmetric siya sa polar axis, pag hinati ko siya sa horizontal line, so magkamukha yung taas tsaka yung baba. So gaya nitong nasa, ano natin, sa example dito, yun nga, no? Pag hinati mo sa dalawa, or pag hinati mo sa horizontal axis or sa polar axis, so same yung taas tsaka yung baba. So paano mo nalaman if symmetric siya about the polar axis? So ang gagawin mo is either one of the two dito. No, magre-replace tayo ng angles or magre-replace tayo ng r. So yung first na gagawin mo is to replace theta with negative theta sa equation. So what if given tayo nito, 2 minus 2 cosine theta, gagawin natin siyang 2 minus 2 cosine negative theta daw. Kasi re-replace natin yung lahat ng theta ng negative theta. Tapos what we're going to do is to simplify this equation. And then dapat, babalik tayo sa original niya, which is 2 minus 2 cosine of theta. Kung napalitaw natin siya na bumalik siya sa original niya, 2 cosine theta, then automatic symmetrical na siya with respect to the polar axis. Okay? So the other method naman is to replace r with negative r and theta with pi minus theta. So sa second method naman, yung r daw magiging negative r. Tapos yung theta magiging daw siyang pi minus theta. And then isi-simplify mo to, and dapat mapalitaw mo na babalik siya sa original na equation dito. So take note na yung methods dito, they are or, no? So you don't necessarily have to perform the two tests dito to see if it is symmetric about the polar axis. So kunwari sa first test pa lang na to, napalitaw mo na symmetrical siya with respect to the polar axis. Then you don't need to perform the second method. Okay? Kasi or lang naman yung condition natin dito. So or. However, if for instance sa first test hindi siya gumana, then you have to perform the second part of the test. Kasi it is possible na hindi siya gagana sa first test, pero sa second test gagana siya. So since again, or yung condition natin, as long as pasok siya sa second test, so symmetric pa din siya with respect to the polar axis. Next naman is symmetrical about the pole. So about the origin siya symmetric. So pag symmetric daw about the pole, so meaning, kunwari na-graph natin tong first part, no? So pag symmetric siya about the pole, meaning, reflection siya sa opposite quadrant niya dito, pa-diagonal. Okay? So di ba ito, pwede natin siyang hatiin into quadrants, no? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pwede rin siyang ganon. Or pwede natin siyang imagine as 4 quadrants. So pag symmetric about the pole, so symmetric siya sa opposite quadrant niya pa-diagonal dito. So 1 to 3. So kung iba naman, let's say sa 4, so sa quadrant 4, so pag symmetric siya about the pole, so i-reflect mo siya sa quadrant 2, sa kabilang quadrant, no? Pa-diagonal. So which is sa tingnan dito, no? So ngayon, to test for symmetry with respect to the pole, so ang gagawin mo is either to replace r with negative r, tapos palilitawin mo na same siya or babalik ka sa original equation mo, or yung theta, papalitan mo siya ng pi plus theta. So yung theta dito, gagawin mo daw siyang pi plus theta. And then you're going to simplify this equation and dapat mapalitaw mo na babalik ka sa original na equation. So next naman is symmetric about the vertical line. So pag hinati ko daw siya ng vertical line, or hinati ko siya vertically, so parehas lang yung itsura ng left tsaka ng right side. So ang gagawin dyan is either replace r with negative r, and then theta, gagawin mo negative theta. Or the other method is yung theta, papalitan mo siya ng pi minus theta. So again, pag napalitan mo na siya na symmetric siya about the vertical axis, so ang gagawin mo na lang is to just draw one of the parts lang, and then i-reflect mo siya sa kabilang side. So kung do-draw mo yung left part, or pa-plot mo yung point sa left part, so pag sa right part na, gagayahin mo na lang yung shape niya. So, para mas mabilis tayong mag-graph. Now let's test for symmetry itong equation na to, r is equal to sine 2 theta. And then we're going to graph it, no? So first test is with respect to the polar axis. So yung unang method is to just replace theta with negative theta. So yan, yung theta daw naging negative theta. So negative theta times 2, that is negative 2 theta. Now, in simplifying, these equations, kailangan mong i-recall yung mga, trigo identities niyan. So if you can recall from our past PowerPoint, so meron tayong tinatawag na odd-even identities, no? Na kapag naglagay tayo ng negative value sa loob ng sign, ang result niyan is the same as negative sign of the positive angle. Okay? So meaning, yung negative sign daw dito, pwede mo siyang ilabas. Ito. So gagawin natin, ilabas natin yung negative sign dito. So r is equal to negative sine 2 theta. Now the issue is, ayan, negative sine 2 theta siya, which is not the same as our original equation, which is positive sine 2 theta. So hindi siya pasok sa method na to for symmetry. Okay, so what we're going to do is to proceed to the next part. So ito naman yung isang method. So lahat daw ng r gagawing negative r, tapos lahat ng theta gagawing pi minus theta. So which is ito yung nangyari, no? Negative r dito, and then yung theta naging pi minus theta. Next, we distribute 2 dito. So may siyang 2 pi minus 2 theta, and then negative. Now, gagawin natin is to recall the sum and difference identity ng sign. So if you can recall, no, when we have sine A and then plus minus B, pag nag-add tayo ng dalawang angles, so that can be expressed as, wait lang, ayun natin dito. Sub natin dito. So if we add two angles, A plus minus B, when we add or subtract two angles, so we can express it as sine of A, cos of A, and then plus minus cosine of B, sine of B. Ay, mali pala to. So we can express it as sine A cosine of B plus cosine of A sine of B. Ganito pala siya. Yan. Okay? So kung plus dito sa kabila. If minus dito, minus sa kabila. Ngayon yung 2 pi natin, yun yung A. Palitan mo lang ng 2 pi to. Tapos yung B, palitan mo lang siya ng 2 theta. Tapos minus. So lahat ng A magiging 2 pi. Lahat ng B magiging 2 theta. But take note, this is for positive sine 2 theta minus, or positive sine 2 pi minus 2 theta. Kaso tayo negative tayo dito. So kung negative to, magbabaligtad yung sign ng bawat term mo. So, negative dito and then positive dito. So, yun yung reflected dito. Now, you have to evaluate the values of 2 pi dito for cosine and sine kasi may definite value yan. Yung 2 theta kasi variable to, so hindi mo pwedeng yan, kunin yung actual number value niya. So, let's evaluate sine of 2 pi. So, since degree mode ako, palitan ko muna siya ng radian. So, sine of 2 pi, so 0 yung value nun. If degree mode ka, pwede naman, so i-convert mo nga lang yung 2 pi into degrees. So, alam naman natin, no, if pi is equal to 180 degrees, then 2 pi is 180 times 2. So, 360 yon. So, if you want to evaluate instead, sine of 360, ganun din siya, 0 din yung value. So, since 0 to, nakamultiply siya sa cosine 2 theta, 0 times cosine 2 theta, makakancel itong buo. Okay? Next is cosine of 2 theta. So, cosine of 360 yon. Answer is positive 1. So, positive 1 times sine 2 theta, that is positive sine 2 theta. So, dito napalitaw natin na symmetrical yung polar equation natin with respect to the polar axis. So, pumasok siya sa second part ng test natin. Next, let's test for symmetry with respect to the pole. So, ito yung method natin. No? Yung R gagawin natin siyang negative R. So, negative R dito. Kaso wala naman yun, no? We cannot simplify anything. So, nalipat lang yung negative sign sa kabila para maging positive R lang. Well, that is not the same as the original equation. Now, we proceed to the next part, which is yung theta, gagawin natin siyang pi plus theta. So, same lang, distribute yung 2. And then you apply the sum identity for sine. And then alam natin yung sine of 2 pi, that is 0. And then yung cosine 2 pi, that is positive 1. 0 times cosine 2 theta, so wala yon. And then 1 times sine of 2 theta, that is sine of 2 theta, positive. So since bumalik tayo sa original equation, so it is symmetrical also with respect to the pole. Next, symmetry naman about the vertical line. So first is, yung r gagawin natin negative r, kasi yung theta gagawin natin siyang negative theta. So ito, kamukha nito yung kanina, no? So add identity, so lalabas yung sign, or lalabas yung negative sign. Okay? And then dito, pwede nating i-multiply lahat ng terms by negative 1. So may siyang positive r, and then positive sine of 2 theta. So ito napalitaw natin that it is symmetrical na with respect to the vertical line. So symmetrical na siya niyan, no? So meaning you don't need to do the second part. Kasi okay na tayo dito. If you do the second part, so hindi siya mapapalitaw as equal. But since pasok naman na siya sa first part, so symmetric talaga siya with respect to the vertical line. Now, what we're going to do is to plot or graph natin siya. And then, alamin natin yung symmetry, no? And then, ire-reflect na lang natin yung drawing sa kabilang axis or sa kabilang sides or sa kabilang quadrant. So, dito, since it passed all tests of symmetry, we can easily plot its graph between 0 and 90 na lang. So, instead na 0 hanggang 360. So, 0 to 90 na lang, tapos, i-reflect na lang natin yung mga missing parts niya, knowing its symmetry. So when we find the values from 0 to 90 with increments of 15, so ito yung corresponding R values niya. So anyway, we can type that naman, no, sa table. So sine of 2x dito sa CalQ. Start 0 and 90, increments of 15. So we get the following values. And then i-plot natin siya isa-isa, no? So 0 is 0. Ito, naka-scale down yung values natin, no? So 0.25 sa first circle, 0.50 sa second, and so on and so forth. So sa 15.5 daw siya. So dito yon. Sa 30, it is 0.866. So between 0.75 and 1.00. And then i-estimate mo saan banda yung 0.86 dyan. So somewhere around here siguro. No? So mas closer yata. Hindi. So check nyo if closer siya sa 0.75 or sa 1. So kanina siya mas close. So I think ito nasa gitna siya, no? Anyway, pag in-average mo kasi yung 0.75 tsaka yung 1. So pag in-average mo siya, in-average ko lang siya. So dapat 0.875. So nasa bandang gitna naman siya, no? 0.86. So sa gitna siya ng 0.75 tsaka 1. So tama lang to. Next, sa 45 degrees, 1 yung value. So nandito siya niyan, no? So fourth circle. And then sa 60, 0.86 ka ulit. And then 75, that is 0.5. And then 0 is 90 dito. So ito yung curve, no? From 0 to 90. Ngayon, alam ko symmetrical siya about the pole or the polar axis muna. So symmetrical siya dito daw. So pwede ko siyang i-reflect pababa. Okay? So meaning I can draw a graph similar to that. So copying ko na lang yung curve na naka-reflect pababa. So ganyan na lang siya. So para mas easy yung ano natin, yung graphing natin. Next naman, alam ko it is symmetric about the pole. So meaning itong nag-graph natin na una, yung first part, i-reflect ko siya sa kabilang quadrant dito, pa-diagonal, pababa. So parang ganyan, no? Even though it's not really perfect. Okay? Ganyan. And then next, alam ko, symmetric siya about the vertical axis. So gawa ko ng vertical line, tapos ang gagawin ko daw, i-reflect ko lang to sa kabilang side, vertically. So meaning dito lang yun, no? I-reflect ko lang siya dito. Yan, so malaganyan. Okay? So now, you can form the graph na, no? Ganyan siya. So sine of 2 theta. So it is a rose curve. So para siyang rose curve with even number of petals. Pero yun nga, no? As you can see, sine 2 theta siya. Pero apat yung petal, no? So kasi dun sa mga types of graphs natin kanina, wala naman kasing 2 theta tapos r lang siya. So now let's test this equation for symmetry. Let's test this for symmetry. So r is equal to 1 minus 2 cosine of theta. So first, symmetry with respect to the polar axis. So yung theta, gagawin natin siya negative theta. And then let's recall the odd-even identity. So pag yung cosine, naglagay ka ng negative angle, ma-cancel lang yung negative. Okay? So dito pwede natin cancel yung negative dyan. So as you can see, nung negative theta tayo, bumalik tayo sa original equation. So meaning it's now symmetrical with respect to the polar axis. So you don't need to do this second part of the test. So pag ginawa mo yon, hindi siya mapapalitaw as equal. So anyway, pasok na siya dito. So therefore, it is symmetric about the polar axis. Next, symmetry with respect to the pole. So gagawin daw nating negative yung R. So anyway, wala tayong magagawa dyan. So para ma-get rid natin yung negative sa R, so multiply the equation by -1. So -1 times +1 is -1. And then -1 times -2 cosine of theta, that is +2 cosine of theta. So in this case, it is not the same as our original equation. So the other thing is yung theta, gagawin natin siyang pi plus theta. And then you recall the addition identity for cosine. Okay, so cosine of an angle plus or minus another angle, that is equal to cosine of A, cosine of B, and then negative positive sine of A, sine of B. So recall natin, no, or ano nga, if nag-add tayo, so magiging minus dito, baliktad. If nag-minus ka sa A and B dito, magiging plus yung identity dito. So since our given is positive, so A plus B, mama-minus siya dito. And then let A be pi, and then cosine of B will be theta. Okay, so yun lang din naman yung naka-reflect dito. And then you evaluate cosine of pi and sine of pi. So sabi natin, di ba, pi is 180 degrees. So pwede natin gamitin yung 180. So cos of 180, that is -1. Naging -1 to, no? And then sine of pi, or sine of 180, that is 0. Okay? So maging 0 lang to. So 0 multiplied by something, 0 lang yan. Cancel to buo. So matitira is 1 minus 2 times negative cosine of theta. Negative times negative, that is positive. So 1 plus 2 cosine of theta yung answer. So that is not the same as our original function. Kasi positive dito, negative sa original function natin. So since hindi siya pumasok sa dalawang test, so it is not symmetric anymore to the pole. Next, let's test for symmetry with respect to the vertical line. So first, gawin nating negative yung R, and then yung theta gagawin natin siyang negative. And then recalling the identity for cosine, even functions, so makakancel lang yung negative dito niyan. And then you get rid of negative R, yung negative sign sa R, by multiplying the equation by -1. So -1 times +1, that is -1. -1 times negative cosine of 2 theta, that is positive cosine of 2 theta. Ay, 2 cosine theta, sorry. Now, that is not the same as the original equation. So, hindi siya pasok dyan. Next, yung theta daw gagawin natin siyang pi minus theta. Okay? So, now you apply the identity for cosine in subtraction. So, pag minus dito, positive siya sa identity. And then, identify natin that cosine theta, that is, cosine pi, that is -1. Tapos sine of pi, that is 0. 0 times sine of theta, that is 0. So, balik tayo sa 1 minus 2 quantity negative cosine of theta. Negative times negative, that is positive. And that is not the same as our original function. So, failed siya sa dalawang test dito. So, hindi talaga siya symmetric with respect to the vertical line. So, therefore, sa test natin of symmetry, ang pasado lang sa kanya is symmetrical with respect to the polar axis. So if symmetrical lang siya about the polar axis, so kailangan natin siya i-plot from 0 to 180. Kaya hindi siya 0 to 90 lang. So but anyway, since hindi siya hanggang 360, So at least nabawasan naman kahit papaano yung pag-plot natin. So ngayon, if you plot this graph dito, so ito naka-scale down siya, 0.51 and then 1.5 and then 2. So i-plot natin siya isa-isa dito. Ganito yung itsura niya. Yan no, hanggang 180 dyan. So you connect it. And now, since symmetrical lang siya about the polar axis, so i-reflect mo lang siya pababa. Kasi the polar axis is horizontal, no? So i-mirror mo lang siya pababa dito. Just create a mirror. So ganyan. So this is an inner loop limason yan. And then you label the graph with the corresponding equation. So that ends the discussion. So if you have any questions regarding this topic, you may message me directly in Canvas. And if there are any corrections somewhere dito sa ano natin, sa solutions natin, so contact me also in Canvas immediately. So para ma-correct natin siya or para ma-announce natin siya kagad. Okay? So thank you for taking the time to watch this video and I wish you good luck on your future requirements.